Bird bath, April 21st, 2019. My herb bed's doing alright. Lots of cilantro sprouts coming up. Bok choy hanging on. Mustard greens in the corner. Some mint around this chaya pot there. Mexican oregano. Doing real well. We've already harvested twice from it. And we got rosemary and some sage behind it. A little patch of basil here too. My newest vegetable garden. My vegetable bed. Hardwood cloth for a trellis here. I don't know if that's the best choice. Beans are just starting to grab onto it. Bits of okra, some burgundy from my yard last year, and then something called Mama's Peyton okra. See how that goes. And, watermelon sprouts along the far edge there. Possibly melon. And we do have some little Malabar spinach sprouts right over there. Those are the red kind over in the corner, and then some green kinds over here. We'll see which ones do better. There should be some New Zealand spinach popping up here eventually. I cut down all the sunflowers in this bed and threw a ring of marigolds around the edge. And then I put some collard greens and some tomatillos and some kind of squash. I already forgot what it was. Maybe summer squash. There's little sprouts, leftover sprouts of pigeon pea and radish still in there. I got no problem with them hanging on. Some moringa flowering quite a bit. Maybe I'll get my own moringa seeds. And my biggest papaya here. Papayas aren't getting much bigger. I'm hoping they're not infested with bugs. We'll see. Fig's not doing too much. And here's my best longevity spinach bush. Harvested many times, made many cuttings. Oh, let's go back over here. Originally I had couple papaya pots in this spot, and a pot with an avocado from seed and a katuk. We moved them, put them in the ground, I'll show you in a minute, and then put some collard green seeds, or maybe arugula, one or the other here. See how those do. They're shaded from the morning sunshine because of that pine log. Let's see. Still got random pots of stuff over here. Some papaya and some pigeon pea and a little katuk tree and some beat up old collards and nasturtium. And in that tray of 6 pots there, we put in some necklace pod. Maybe I'll sell those for a few bucks. My katuk bush doing alright. A few mulberry cuttings down there. My single fig cutting survivor from that guy that cut down his fig tree and left it on the side of the road. That's the only one right there that got any leaves. A few money tree and longevity spinach and aloe and snake plant in the clay pot there. This tall one's cassava. I'm hoping that I can get those beans down there to grow up it. Oh, I have the skeleton for what will be a chicken coop and a shelter for rabbit cages. Rabbits are one of the best livestock to raise, as are chickens, especially for small homestead. A little patch of arugula in the corner there. I guess I threw some extra squash seeds I had in some of the cement blocks. There's one on the left there, and then a couple over here. I threw in arugula seeds amongst these nasturtiums just to see how it does. Maybe they'll get bothered by bugs less. Some flowers should be coming up in this bare corner here. Not sure what they are. Oh, looks like something knocked over my pigeon pea pot right here. There we go. Looks like pigeon pea. Maybe a longevity spinach in there with it. Not too much going on in this first bed I built. Both the chayote seem to have died, but there are some signs of life on this one down here. So we'll see. Maybe it'll become the massive vine I hope it'll be. Oh, the one that was in that pot that was climbing all the way up the tree just died. I think it just didn't get enough water. So I think it's probably done. It's not looking too good. Oh well. What else we got over here? Most of the first variety of bok choy I grew are all gone. Still some hanging on. They're a little beaten up by bugs, but I think I might like that variety better since it does last longer into the Florida summer. And I've been ignoring the radishes mostly. Cut down some that had big giant seed pods. I see those. Times that by like 7. That's how many they had, so they just fall over. You can eat those seed pods, but I don't really think they're all that great. Few rows of carrots here. All those flowers are still radishes that I haven't cut down. There were a lot more. Put Mexican sunflower in this corner here. It's not doing as good as the first one you saw, but it's doing a-okay. And I believe the birds have decided that this mulberry tree is theirs now, so I never see any fully ripe mulberries on here anymore. Birds seem to get to them. That cardinal you saw is probably one of the culprits. And here is a work in progress area. It's pretty messy, but you can see the 2 papaya trees and then the katuk next to the avocado seedling down there. A couple of Mexican sunflower cuttings in the back. Over here's one of my favorite little spots because of the mix. We got parsley, some broad flat leaf weeds I like. I always forget the name though. Marigolds, nasturtium, Mexican sunflower in a pot. Borage, chaya. This borage, very interesting plant. It's like spiky, but the taste is like a cucumber, and then these flowers. Attractive flowers, and they also taste very sweet, almost like candy. Starfruit trees doing all right. It doesn't seem to be growing real fast, but it's doing all right. And these papayas are doing all right. Lots of strong-looking marigolds down there, and down there by the peach tree in the back. I don't know if I put a little chestnut tree down there. There's another one in the back there. They don't look too happy. I don't think they're going to survive. Also, this pear stick didn't do much. But the longevity spinach I put in the ground there are doing all right. Well, I'll have to put some other trees back here. The pears and the chestnuts don't do anything. Hopefully that peach will become a brilliant producer for me. Here's the grafted avocado. Still looking beautiful. Bacon. Yeah. I'm a fan of the buttery kind of avocado, not the big fat Florida watery kind. Ice cream banana. Loquat. A couple guava trees and papaya back here. Looks like they got some new growth on them recently. I fertilized the whole garden with fish emulsion the other day. I keep cutting back these two pigeon peas. I keep coming back for more and more. One of the spots I cut, I have so many pigeon peas, I don't need them all. So I threw them over here and buried partial. Got a million sprouts, and mixed in with those sprouts is collard greens. Maybe it'll be a good combination. Another little mint patch. I think it's a little too sunny here. That's a red tower ginger looking a little beat up. Another little papaya seedling there. And this bed, I've been harvesting carrots, but they're still pretty small. So I'm hoping the sweet potato will take it over soon. Oh, I guess I should show a few more longevity spinach cuttings. All you do is cut off a few inches worth, dip it in some rooting hormone, shove it in the ground, and water it every day. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. A few bean sprouts here. Look at 4 bean sprouts. Money tree cutting, that's the only one I have in actual soil. The others are in pots. And some squash came up in the back there, I don't know. Got weird squash plants popping up everywhere. And cleaned up this bed. Basically I just cut all the mustard greens and bok choy and radishes that had gone to flower here. Just cut them, tipped them over, and then buried them in a layer of this composted mulch. So then I put a ring of marigolds around. There's still nasturtiums hanging around. Okay, where was I? Ring of marigolds around the edge. Random zucchini, I think. Maybe another kind of squash. And there's a few rows of collards, and that red you see is the red leaf amaranth. Finally, I got some good germination on that. I'm really hoping to get a lot of amaranth growing, because I think when I have chickens, that'll be one of the best foods they can eat, because it'll have a lot of seeds and leaves for them. And let's see what else is in here. A few pigeon pea sprouts, some molokhia, and that may be it. Maybe some New Zealand spinach in here somewhere too. That takes a while to germinate apparently. And let's take another look at my chicken coop under construction. Mostly using pallet wood. I have a water line underneath this pre-existing little wood storage structure, whatever it was called. So what I'm thinking is, let's see, let's back up for a sec. I'm thinking the door will be right here, a little off center, and along this wall will be some rabbit cages, and then over here will be, on this front wall will be some places for the chickens to lay eggs, and maybe I'll make it so I can access it from the outside. And along the back wall where those 2 pallets are leaning, I think I'll have a PVC pipe going up, and then I might use clear plastic tubing, maybe black tubing actually, to prevent algae growth. I might use that to distribute water to all the rabbit cages, and maybe have a few spots for the chickens to drink from that too. Rabbit cages, you see an example right there. There'll be, I'd say, at least 4 of them elevated. I need to make sure that the chickens aren't climbing on top of them and crapping on the rabbits. Nobody likes being crapped on. And then I believe there needs to be a branch or a rod higher than anything else, and that's what the chickens will roost on. So I'll do a little research on what needs to be what height. And the bottom I'm just going to leave open ground like this with a layer of mulch or palm fronds or leaves or whatever. Pretty thick layer. That way I only have to clean this, I'm hoping, twice a year or so. I'll be feeding them kitchen scraps, and I'll try and grow things to keep feed costs down to a minimum. And there's my pile of pallets. It's about half as big as it was before I started this thing. You know, it's a lot of work. It is free, but it's a lot of work, and a lot of the wood falls apart. But what's here seems like it'll be pretty strong. So I'm looking forward to getting that done. Alright folks, thanks for watching.